Hey guys, it's Anna and Matt with Nerdzoic. We just came back from Toy Fair New York 2025. We wanted to just make this short little video to go over what we did business-wise, show you some footage, and just talk about the exciting things for Nerdzoic.
It's not going to be that short. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt. This is Anna. We are Nerdzoic. That was too fast. You're terrible at this. It's okay. We'll keep it going. So yeah, we just got back from New York like 3 days ago. When I say just, but it took us a while to recover. The blisters on my feet because I didn't buy new shoes ahead of time. It kind of sucked. Yeah, that was rough. But I do have a good story on that. Todd McFarlane walked past me and he was like 10 feet away and there was nobody around him. And I was going to go like, hunt him down. But then my feet were like, nah. Dogs are barking. You can't do it. So here's what we did. We were on Saturday, and then we didn't actually go to the show until Sunday. Saturday, she drugged me throughout the city.
We went through the tunnel a couple times. Some issues with the GPS.
Yeah, the GPS kept taking us back through the Holland Tunnel. It was a disaster.
But we got some really good food. We went to a Brazilian steakhouse, which if you've not gone and you're a carnivore, I highly recommend.
Yeah, that was amazing. Expensively amazing, but it was amazing. I know it's like kind of cliche to say, we had New York pizza, but we found this authentic Italian New York pizza place called 𝐒𝐨𝐷. I don't know if you ever heard of it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it was New York Pizza Supremo, and that stuff was so good. We went twice.
Yeah, it was really good. We did go twice. I ate some on the way home. Because it was that good. We also went to the Harry Potter store, which I didn't know existed, but it was really cool. I geeked out a little bit. No clue it existed.
Highly recommend.
Check it out. What else did we do Saturday?
I went thrifting. I was able to find 2 handbags. Yes, I know I'm talking about purses on Nerdzoic, but the retail is like $200 and I got it for $22. So that was really exciting.
Super exciting. So yeah, by the time Sunday hit and it was time to go to the show, I was already slightly dead to the world. We got there really early on the first day. This is my second Toy Fair. This was your first. So first impressions when you walked in the door.
So when I walked into the Javits Convention Center, I could not believe the amount of detail and the way that they had everything showcased. Like, I didn't even know where to start when we walked in.
She thought it was going to be like a normal convention where people have like tables.
No, this was like very professional. Like, they had toys of the year and they had them in glass showcases. They had was it inventors or creators?
They had it was like toy rookies or something. And then they had toys of the year.
Like a whole like bio wall on the creative people behind the scenes. And then they had a whole freshman class, which I'm sure will show you a picture of all the newcomers that are in the toy industry.
It's always well done. This year was like the year of the, what was that? The TY company?
Yes, they had famous album covers with little Beanie Babies as like the artists, and
it was cool. Even though I thought it was overkill, it was cool.
And they had really good characters. It was almost like going to Universal.
But there's no kids Disney. Allowed in, so it was just for adults, and that was interesting. So the first person we met with when we got in, we got there super early. Like we got there like 7:30 for the 9 o'clock show because I didn't know how long the tag pickup was going to be. We got in really quick, checked our bags, made our first trip to Starbucks, and then just sat there for a bit. First meeting was with what I thought was Blokies. Turns out it's Blockies. My bad. But I've been checking these out for a while now. They are anywhere from 2.5 to 6 inch buildable transformer kits, but they're at a really nice price point. The small ones are blind boxed, and then the big ones have like interconnecting bases.
But they're really nice if anyone that hasn't seen them because they look like Transformers. They're not a different shape. They're not just the character.
It's not like super deformed. It's an actual transformer. It doesn't transform though. Don't get too excited.
But you build it.
You do build it. There's also like the small ones come in blind boxes, which was cool. We're going to start selling blind boxes and all the Blockies, not Blokies. But there's also Sesame Street, which we'll have probably next week. Minions.
For all those NECA, Ernie and Bert lovers out there.
Yeah.
You'll have to check them out. They are really nice.
They're cute. So yes, the Blokies meeting was a success. Blockies. See, I keep doing this. The Blockies meeting was a success. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what they can do for us. Like, I think they'll be a good thing to have. And one of our goals, and this is going to be like super businessy nerd, is to try to expand our selection some, because our slowest quarter of the year is Q4, because all of our regular customers who buy for themselves are buying gifts for everybody. So this year, our goal is let's get some kid stuff in so that the nerds can buy the nerdy kids the cool stuff.
But it's also for the ones that are like nerds in training.
Yes.
Or to introduce maybe like your niece or nephew, your friend's kid to this type of
friend's kid
toys and and characters that you like.
It's like an initiation, like, you know, like, hey, the first one's free. Do you ever see that Friends where they got like Joey hooked on Girl Scout cookies?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it was Ross. He's selling them like drugs. Oh, that Ross. So that second meeting we had was with Jazzwares, and this one was what you'd call a total bust.
We already had an appointment made. We scheduled them prior to arriving, and she said, I'm so sorry, we don't use the Toy Fair app that they keep pushing, and we've told them to not do that, and we will not see you.
Yes, that was great. So I don't know why, because other companies don't have that scheduling option if they don't want to use it. But Jazzwares, apparently not, which is a shame. I would love to work with Jazzwares. I love the AEW figures, even though I don't love AEW. I like what they're doing with Pokemon. And I think that they're going to add some other really cool stuff in the coming years because they're being pretty aggressive with obtaining new licenses. Oh, the other thing, the obvious one, the Star Wars Micro Galaxy. Super cool.
So if anyone from Jazzwares might be watching this, you can contact us.
Jeremy Padower. I'll also add that I don't know that maybe they just don't like working with even medium-sized businesses. Just for the heck of it, I went on to Big Bad to see if they had much. They had less than a full page of Jazzwares. So maybe they only like Target and Walmart and not the rest of us. And if that's the case, shame on you. Next one, Spin Master. So Spin Master is one that I don't know why exactly I wanted to have this appointment. Right now they're making the DC Kids stuff. And I'm like, yeah, sure, that would be fun.
Spin Master had this place called Recharging.
It was a recharging zone.
Once you went in there, over this little like wall they built are all these puppies, and you can hold them and pet them while your phone's and
charging. It's for your phone, but she only saw puppies.
But it was so cute, and this one little puppy, his face was like smaller than this.
He was all tuckered out. He was tired.
But it was really cute. So we went over to Spin Master where they actually were meeting for sales meetings, and we gave them our name.
They didn't know we were coming either.
And they didn't know. We waited, we checked in, and then nobody came up.
Nothing. So yeah, the lesson we learned from this year versus last year, or for this year for next year, is reach out to these people directly ahead of time rather than trusting the website with the scheduling app that's made directly for it. An interesting lesson, right? So let's talk about Playmates. They have an employee, and I don't know what is the nice thing to call her.
She should probably retire.
The Dragon Lady. That's what we're going to call her. So last year, I went to Playmates influencer night, and they were super nice to all the influencers. So I took off the toy store owner hat, I put on the influencer hat, I went, and it was like really nice people. And then I'm like, hey, listen, I also own a toy store. I want to talk about getting a direct account. And they said, hey, listen, they're going to push back. I want you to come back tomorrow and talk to this person. Just tell them that you talked to me. So I went back the next day, and I couldn't get past the Dragon Lady. She was guarding that door like her life depended on it. I thought, well, maybe she's mad because I interrupted her lunch because she was eating a salad when I walked up. Not like there's not cafeterias everywhere. So I walk up there, and we go like a good 30 seconds before she acknowledges me. And she only acknowledges me because I said, lunchtime, huh? And her answer was something like, well, it was. I'm like, oh, well, this is going to go well.
She's a very good salesperson.
She's great. So then last year I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I left. And I actually left the show quickly after because she put me in such a bad mood. So this year my thought was, I'm not dealing with her. I'm sending Anna. I bet you Anna can get in.
So I went over to her. Well, one, she was the one that stayed the whole time at the desk. She never left, even though they had other sales reps there. So I went up to her. We actually made a really nice pamphlet. We went over, it had stats about us, business card. She gave me a name and number. She goes, we only go through your sales rep at XYZ company.
At a different company. So she's sending you out to a third-party distributor. Now, here's the thing. I don't buy from third-party distributors when your margins are stupid. It's literally cheaper for us to buy Playmates products off of Amazon at full price with free shipping using Prime than buy from a distributor. Yeah. I was pretty grumpy. So anyone of our Playmates sees this, you guys need to reevaluate your business practices there, buddies.
Or even just customer service.
That would also help.
Because I left the pamphlet and the business card. She's like, do you want this back? She didn't even want it.
Emotional damage.
Let me just say this. So like everyone is very price sensitive. Here's a company out there that is purposely saying, MSRP doesn't matter. They're literally aiming for people to mark up their prices and then allow Walmart and Target to keep them at the actual price they should be at. Really scuzzy business move, I would say. We did end up talking to XYZ company, which was awesome. I'll talk about them in a few minutes. But yes, the scuzziness is on the Playmates part. After Playmates, we went and saw Loyal Subjects, and I quickly decided, oh wow, we don't need this. They don't have the Turtles license anymore.
They were really trying to push hard on strawberry shortcake.
They really like their strawberry shortcake.
And Gem doll. I don't know much about Gem. I guess she's from the
Gem and the
early-
holograms. I remember her because I, of course, had a crush on her, but Anna doesn't.
I wasn't even born yet.
No. Then there was Carmen Sandiego, and I'm like, yep, we're not selling any of this. The one thing they had that I thought would sell well for us is masks, but they're doing a 2-month early special release with Big Bad. By the time we were able to put it up and sell it, anybody who would have wanted it would have already got it. So I'll buy a case, I guess, from a random distributor, but it's not worth setting an account up with Loyal Subject, especially if they don't have anything else coming that we're going to want anytime soon.
Yeah, she couldn't even tell us that.
It seems like they've really made a decided effort in their focus of licenses to really move more towards, I don't want to say female, but like younger and female properties. Because like before we had Turtles, we had Lord of the Rings, and now we have Strawberry Shortcake. Nothing wrong with that, but it's not for us. Some other parts of Sunday, I got to stop by, see my buddy Adam at Gentle Giant. Good talking to you in person this time. I also stopped by 9 to 5 Toys, got to see those in person for the first time. They look really cool, remind me of Food Fighters. Really love it. Next up, we came across YOLO Park, and YOLO, their stuff was out. It looks good. I like YOLO Park a lot. They're trying to really push doing it direct. They're all over the TikTok, so I'll get some stuff. I'm not going to carry the full line just because I don't think there's a demand for it, but if anybody actually wants anything from there that you'd like us to get, please let me know because we have access to all of it.
Chat us.
I ran into the BBTS owner, who I'm not going to name out personally just in case he doesn't want that, even though Google exists, but good talking to him as always. He's a great guy. After I think we went to see Nichelle, right?
Nichelle.
Nichelle? I don't know. The guys who make the biker mice. They also make Cowboys of Moo Mesa. They have Star Trek coming, which were out on display, and they looked really good. I'm not a Trekkie. I don't know who any of these people are besides George Takei. Oh my.
Oh my.
Everybody else, I didn't know who it was. Yeah, of course I do. Nichelle's a cool company. I really hope they continue to acquire more licenses because I like the product they're putting out. They really care about helping smaller business and not just trying to push everything through Amazon. I really do appreciate that. I think, and they're super nice. My rep, Michael, awesome guy. It was just great to see him. Sorry for the dinging. The 𝐼𝐸 Marvel Legends went live a few minutes ago.
It might be them.
Yeah, it might be you. I can't figure out how to turn off the volume without turning off the mic. We tried to go see Mondo, which is inside the Funko booth, and we got Funko Gate kept, I guess is the word. I do have a Mondo account. That was just really, I wanted to go see my buddy Bob and Mark. Bob I got to catch because he was standing outside the booth, so I got to talk to him for a minute. Mark, not so much. So Mark, sorry. There was a super sweet girl at the front. They were by appointment only. We didn't make one because I didn't think about it because it's Funko.
Well, and they also don't tell you which ones that will not let you into their displays or their showcases with their reps. So you have no idea until you get there.
Like, I wanted to go see Hasbro and Mattel, but they were by appointment only. Mattel had their own floor.
Funko was willing to meet with us later, but we had already...
Yes,
we had to be home at a certain time.
They were really cool. Like, despite not having an appointment or anything, they don't go in the Jazzwares Playmates category. Actually, Jazzwares doesn't go in the Playmates category. That's not fair to put them there. Then we met with Diamond, and Diamond, you know, the big thing I wanted from them was to find out, hey, what's going on with this whole bankruptcy thing, which I'll probably put another video out about next week. They had nothing new to tell me, so I think we're all just kind of playing wait and see on that. You get to see the upcoming Marvel Select. They look really good. 𝐼𝐸. Who else was there? There was a Hobgoblin and a Nihilus. The statues look great. One of those things that I'd love to carry someday, but I just don't have the space inventory-wise.
The Lord of the Rings statues were really
nice. But you like the Diamond Select figures.
Yeah, the Diamond Select were nice, but then they also showcased like John Wick.
John Wick, that was a PVC one. They also had like a lot of their like primary suppliers out. So they had the Hiya monsters, which I've only seen Godzilla out of the box before. Actually seeing them all look really cool. They had some prototypes like for Jesse Pinkman, 12th scale, as well as Rocky and Apollo, but Apollo was just the grayscale. So it was cool seeing them. Good talk to them. I really hope they don't go out of business because I use them for a lot of the, not small companies, but the smaller companies. Hiya, 1000 Toys, Beast Kingdom. I'd really hate to have to figure that out, especially in this world of stupid tariffs. I don't want to have to be importing that stuff if I don't have to. Finally, Sunday, I was dead to the world. The feet thing, the blisters was no joke. I ended up having to get us an Uber back to the hotel because I could barely walk.
Thank you, Uber. Thank you, CVS.
On the way out, though, I ran into Orange Cassidy because at first I was like, oh, wow, is that guy cosplaying Orange Cassidy? It wasn't. It was actually him. He was heading to the Jada booth for the Jada event. I think next time I'm going to get like 2 tags. One that says merchandiser owner and the other one that says influencer / press. So I can just change it based on where I'm at.
I feel like most of the time the influencers / press actually were treated far better. At least at Spin Master, when they gave their name that they were with press, they were immediately let in the back.
Immediately. We might have to just be like, oh, you want to see the press? Boom, there's the press. What was really funny is we have my buddy Earl with us. And when he set up his badge, he asked permission at work. They said, yeah, you could use us. So he put, yeah, I work at Target operations. So everyone saw Target and they're like, you're with Target? Do you want to buy our stuff? Everybody was
Following
all over Earl.
him.
I was like, man, can we go up to Jada, maybe Playmates, see what happens here? But he was only there for that day, alas. And that was it for Sunday. Went out to dinner, went to like a marketplace across from the hotel right by the MSG.
Yeah, you were pretty rough.
I was dead
Both
to the
feet.
world. So Sunday was what we call a minor success. It was cool to see and meet a lot of people, but I was only able to get one, two. Blockies. Oh, I'm never going to stop in YOLO Park. Getting them direct, that was the success, but I was really hoping to get somewhere with Jazzwares or Playmates, one or the other. Nowhere, kind of a bummer. But Monday made up for it. So Monday, we woke up, we went down there. Our first meeting was with Bandai. Wow.
They're amazing. They were so kind, and they were really excited to talk with us.
Yeah, so I sell Bandai stuff. A lot of it I import, and with the tariff situation, it's going to be really hard to do that. So I wanted to get an actual account. I was nervous because Bandai's a big deal, right? They have great stuff, and it's a big opportunity for us to get into a new market, being anime. We sell the heck out of the Marvel and the Street Fighter stuff they do for figure arts, and even Dragon Ball. But the anime, I don't even know what half of it is. I have to be like, yo, son, what's this? That's Naruto, Dad. I don't know. But they were the kindest people in this entire show. For a company that big, it blew my mind how nice they were. We had 2 reps with us. Their names were Jimmy and Joyce, just in case. I won't give last names. But Jimmy and I talked the whole time. He was just super inquisitive about how we started, how our operations work. And he was just the kindest person I met all weekend.
I was going to say, I also want to throw out there that when we handed both of them our pamphlets, he said that was the first time in ever, his business career that he was handed information like that at a one glance, which made me feel really good.
It did. I made a little pamphlet, just a sell sheet, basically. I feel like I need to.
You only have so much time too, so you want to make a good first impression.
Yes, definitely. Looks like we're good to go there. Got our account set up, and I plan on really going heavy into Bandai. So first of all, I need to get more figure arts. I got to actually buy, and I have been doing this. I've been posting pretty much every new figure arts pre-order, but I think we're going to also go into some of their other things. So we've been doing Gundam, but we really want to get into more of the hobby side. So the model kits for Pokemon are super cool. I love their pricing. Their price points, they really put things all over the place, so that there's entry level, there's collector level.
Well, and some of their lines have 5 different scales. So no matter where you are financially, you can afford their line, which was really nice. And they said that was really important to them as a company, which I feel like that puts you guys,
It does. It shows that they really care about everybody. If you need a high-end figure that can bend in every direction, there's figure arts.
And even the lower end stuff, the paint jobs and the detail were really, really good. Some of the articulation wasn't there because of the lower price point.
Top of my head, I think Dragon Stars was one of the different lines, and I've considered carrying them. I just don't know that much about them, but now we're definitely gonna. So we're super excited to get rolling more with them. My hope is to make them one of our staples. So it's pretty exciting. So I was on Cloud 9 leaving that meeting. Then we had our NECA meeting. So NECA, everybody knows they had a lot of struggles last year. I've talked about it some, both via newsletters and on videos. They had a lot of staff turnover. They moved the warehouse and combined them. And then in the middle of the year, they had a software change that was a complete nightmare the way it went. And they just never recovered from it. In the last couple of weeks, probably months, they've recovered completely. If you haven't noticed, we are 100% up on NECA pre-orders. Awesome. In fact, we're early. Van Helsing's here. He's not supposed to be here till April, and he's in stock right now. We became friends with the reps over there we had, and we were sad to see Kim and Jose both leave last year, go on to greener pastures, and we were really kind of bummed because NECA was a palate cleanser for us in the middle of the day. It's I'm in a bad mood. Let's call NECA and place an order. They were nice people to talk to, and we were really excited to say there's more nice people to talk to there.
Yeah, Brandon and David were really great. They answered all of our questions, logistic, questions,
Sales
concerns,
questions, you name it.
Blown away. We're really happy with meeting them in person.
From a product that they had on showcase type of thing, some really cool horror stuff, but the things that really blew my mind were the Sesame Street Man. Big Bird, he's big. Like, it's like that R-Truth promo where he's talking about Paul Heyman. He's like, he's big. Big Bird's like twice the size of Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, I think like 10 inches, maybe 12.
He's massive. He has like a second head too, where it's like his first appearance head. Then everyone knows the count. Who was the hairy guy? Hairy Monster?
Yeah, Hairy Monster.
So
but then
random choice. Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, we can talk about Oscar.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, they had a lot of stuff we couldn't take pictures of. All companies did. But yeah, it was really cool. The turtle stuff, lots of turtle stuff. Like, I thought that well was getting dry. It's not. The one thing that was not there that I didn't realize till we were driving home, do you remember? No. Gargoyles.
Oh, yeah.
There was at least 2 gargoyles that were at the last toy fair that they had prototypes of that we've still not gotten.
Well, maybe they couldn't get it approved by Disney or something.
I don't know. Maybe they don't have the license anymore. Maybe it wasn't approved by Disney. I'm not sure. I'll have to find out. I'm really curious to know. Anything else on the NECA front? Oh, that's right. We talked to some of their sister companies. So Kid Robot and WizKids. So WizKids, again, that kind of falls into our wanting to have something for the kiddos thing. Like, they have a lot of cool different plushes and stuff. Sanrio, Hello Kitty. And then Garfield. My favorite thing, they have a towel from South Park that smells like patchouli. So it smells like weed. I think that's the funniest thing ever. But WizKids, they have a lot of gaming stuff, D&D, but like, I'm really interested in HeroClix. I think that's a really cool potential thing for us. So yeah, I was really excited about that. So Mattel and that went really well. So we were in a great mood. What ended up happening was I had gotten myself a meeting with McFarlane, believe it or not. But I think that was more of an influencer meeting. I don't really know. But NECA went so long that I couldn't get up to McFarlane for that, so I had to cancel that. So I've been in contact with them. Hey guys, good. How you doing? Still friends, not mad at me. Yeah, that was that. Then lastly, we went to ACD Distribution, which is the place that we were sent by Playmates. And like, Chris, my rep, who I did not know he watched us on YouTube. Thank you, Chris. But I didn't know he was going to be there because he sends me like my back order email every week. So it was really cool to meet him, but he was a great guy. He's got a great haircut, which means he's bald like me. We got to talk and he was very smart. Like, I told him, I'm like, why would I buy Playmates from you when I can't sell it for the right price? He goes, no, I totally get it. Totally get it. He was really cool about that. He showed us a couple other things that were kind of up our alley we want to add some younger kid stuff. Specifically, it was blind boxes of Turtles and Transformers. So you'll see some blind boxes with us soon. Also, shout out that he got back to us during the show fair. I mean, McFarlane did too. So double shout out. Yeah, everyone was really... Yeah, everyone not named Playmates was very nice. Or Jazzwares or Spin Master. Well, Spin Master was nice. They just forgot us because we stood out there forever. It's like, okay, they had like a sign-in on an iPad. Write down who your meeting's with. And we're like, they didn't give us a person. So Anna just picked a name. I picked a very common name. There were 3, John. Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. So I thought that was the best option. Didn't work. No. But they were nice. I think that was just a weird scheduling thing. I think the same with Jada. I think Playmates needs to eat a Snickers, maybe. Was Jada even there? I didn't mean Jada. I meant Jazzwares. In my head, Jada and Jazzwares run together because they both start with J-A. You said that earlier, too. So Super 7. Super 7 is something I've always had conflicting feelings on. So back in the day, I always felt like their stuff was overpriced for what you got. But as inflation really hit hard, the gap between them and like Hasbro Mattel was closing. You add in that they're more of an artisan company. They are not known for like being a big, massive business. And I think that it's still a little on the higher priced end for some of their stuff, but it's not, the disparity is not there as bad. Like, I'll give like their 3 3/4 inch reactions as an example. Before, there was a time where like a vintage collection figure was 10 and a reaction was 18. And that was kind of ridiculous. Now a vintage is like 17 and a reaction is 20, much closer in scale. They actually now have Reaction Plus, which is instead of 5 POA, it's more POA. I don't remember how many. But at that point, it really is much closer. So this was the first time Anna saw or knew of any of their stuff because I never talked about it with her. What were your impressions of Super 7?
So I was really happy with seeing their showcasing and displays. So a couple of you guys have like inboxed us, hey, are you ever gonna get Super 7 stuff? And I know that I've answered you that we weren't sure, but I'm like, Matt, we gotta like add this to our catalog because a lot of the stuff, especially the G.I. Joes, which
She
looked
liked the
fantastic
reaction.
on the card back, and also their, for all of you Sesame Street lovers out there, the 3 3/4
Yeah.
on a retro card, and they looked fantastic. They would be great in an ST69 case.
Yes, they would. If we had them. They'll
Soon.
be in soon. Like, I felt like their selection of characters was kind of funny because they had like the main characters, Cookie Monster, Elmo, but then they had Guy Smiley, which always amuses me.
They had a lot of random side characters, but it was people that everybody would, characters
Yeah.
you would recognize.
But it's more of like I would not have thought of that if I didn't see it. Recognize.
Those things without mouths that used to like.
I don't remember that.
We'll have to find
Yeah.
that. And
The 2003 Turtle stuff looks really cool. We'll have that eventually on the site. I don't want to order it from Diamond just for obvious reasons, so I'm waiting until my account is fully open with Super 7, then I'll get those ordered. I liked seeing all their stuff. They're starting to do blind boxes too, which I don't want to overkill the blind boxes because I'm not going to actually just, like, Big Bad sells them by the tray. I think we're going to do both by the tray or by the each, I think. I don't know yet. I really got to play with it.
what's also like curated, we're not just throwing a bunch up
Yes.
there. It's very specific ones that align with the other brands
Yeah.
or the other characters that we currently sell.
Yeah, like I can imagine that we're not going to have like every reaction figure because like when we start getting like some of these music ones that I don't know who it is, which honestly, in fairness, that's a lot of them. But when neither of us know who they are, then it's like, do we really need to carry this? But when it's G.I. Joe, it's, yeah.
Well, they had a really nice G.I. Joe collectors. How tall do you think that was? 10 inches, 12 inches?
I don't know what we're
It was
talking
in a
about.
VHS case.
Oh, that was
as the
Transformers.
display. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Transformers
it
on
was a
G.I.
VHS
Joe.
box.
So I'm like, Matt, we gotta like talk to them. We gotta see if we can add this because it was really nice.
It was. And we got some cool insights because they had like their head of Amazon there who does all of their Amazon merchandising.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, this sells okay.
I was surprised how open they were and transparent, which is really nice.
Yeah, I forget her name, but she was really
Tara.
nice. Tara. It was the last thing we did. From there, it was, we literally took an Uber back to the pizza place, like a couple of fat people.
We are.
Yeah, well, one of us is. So then from there, it was, okay, now we're going to carry all of our crap around the block, get the car, and get the hell out of this city. And I'm like, see ya, good riddance.
I mean, that was Matt. I could have stayed there forever. Just bring the children to us and we could have lived on the island.
No, we could not have, but she could have. So yeah, this was a much longer video. I know a lot of you have been like, hey, are you guys alive? I haven't seen videos. It's been busy, man. There's so much to catch people up on. Maybe I'll do a live soon or an update video, but yeah, until then, remember, you got to get old.
Be cool.
No. Remember, you got to get old.
But you don't have to grow up.
So be cool.
And stay nerdy.
It's like, you got to just push the buttons. You pull it out.